Romans 12:1. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 12, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
I beseech you, therefore, brethren,
Right.
by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
So you're the sacrifice now. What are you sacrificing? Your attitude, your time, your spirit. You're sacrificing what? Yourself, your comfort, the way you think, right? Your mind state. This is what Christ said being born again is. So, come as ye are, now change. That's what Yahweh said. So they're right. Come as ye are. Yeah. As you come, now you got to what? Put off the old man and put on the new and be renewed. So your body is that sacrifice. Go ahead.
Holy, acceptable unto God.
Right. Holy, acceptable unto the Most High. So as we read these feast days, know that there is no longer sacrifice of animals. So you're not giving that. You ain't doing a burnt offering. You ain't giving none of this. What are you doing then? You're bringing yourself before the altar. Right? Go ahead.
Which is your reasonable service.
Which is your reasonable service. Holy, acceptable, pure. Alright?
I got
yeah, go ahead. What you got?
Got one more just for the sister.
Yeah.
1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 8.
Right?
It says, therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven,
Right?
neither with the leaven of malice
Right?
and wickedness,
Right?
but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
Right, there you go. So what is that telling us? Just as we would go ahead and offer those animals on the altar, we are offering ourselves, but we're doing it like those animals with no blemishes, no illnesses. We're offering ourselves pure with a right mind. And the Most High constantly reminds us of that. When we come to these feasts, it's in the right mind. What?
I'm about to say, my first Passover, I remember you bringing this out, and I was like, dang, I needed to be reminded of that because I was so caught up in like my first Passover, lamb, everybody, brothers and sisters. I ain't never experienced nothing like this before. And then, just that quick, I forgot what this was truly for.
Yeah.
Because right before we got there, we just went over like the symbolism of the Passover.
But don't, remember, it is that. Remember, it is about the camaraderie, the brotherhood, the love of the brethren. Remember, it's a holy convocation. It's a holy gathering. It's for us. But being part of that, what cannot be mingled with the love is the old is malice and wickedness. Remember, who's that malice towards? It can be towards your brother. So some people come to the feast with old mentality. That's wrong. You're supposed to come to the feast, the new, holy, change, fresh, giving myself to the Most High. Not, y'all gotta understand, not only the Passover, but all these feast days the Most High God said. How many people come to these feasts don't really be in feast, in spirit of, this is the day the Most High set aside for us? How many people? It's like, man, another feast to get drunk. Like, they literally, what our people are good for is literally bringing old niggerism from the world and just, I'm a Hebrew Israelite now, and I'm going to still be the Negro that I was in the world, wild, belligerent, drunk, selfish individual, and just bring that to the truth. That's not what we are. You hear me constantly poke at that. Why? Because I've seen it so many times over the years that you got individuals that thinking, no, I'm just going to mesh myself with this Hebrew Israelite thing and not do like the scripture's saying, put off the person that I was before. You're supposed to be a changed man, a changed woman, right? It came out of Christ's mouth himself. Except ye be born again, ye cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. If you don't get that, you don't get the truth. You got to be changed, right? Go ahead. All right, go back.
Numbers chapter 28 and verse 27.
Uh-huh.
But ye shall offer the burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Most High.
Right.
2 young bullocks, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year, and their meat offering of flour mingled with oil. 3 tenths dill unto 1 bullock, 2 tenths dill unto 1 ram, a 7/10 dill unto 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs.
Where you at?
Verse 30.
Uh-huh.
And one kid.
28 and 30?
God, 28 verse 30. And 1 kid goat, and 1 kid of the goats to make an atonement for you. You shall offer them beside the continual burnt offering and his meat offering. They shall be unto you without blemish, and their drink offerings. Numbers chapter 29 and verse 1.
All right, so he's reminding us of the feast days that were laid down as we're coming into our land, as we're establishing ourselves as a nation. As we're establishing ourselves as a nation, I want to remind you what your holy days are. Forget what the Canaanites, Jebusites, Perizzites, Egyptianites, forget what the hell they were doing. This is what I'm setting up for you. Right? Go ahead.
29 verse 1. In the seventh month, on the first day of the month, you shall have an holy convocation. You shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets.
Right, so then you got memorial blowing of the trumpets that comes after that. Right? What?
I got a question.
Oh, you got a question?
Yes, sir. So is this the memorial of the Battle of Jericho? Trumpets?
No.
Oh.
This is just the commemoration. This is the... Oh, you're saying where does this memorial come from? The trumpets. Yeah, that ain't... Yeah, I'm like... That's what you're going to say? It's not even came yet. Right. Right. So remember, so the trumpets were used to do what? Assemble us, gather us. The trumpets were used for war. The trumpets were used for what? Rejoicing. Right? So you have the reasons why the trumpets were blown. So in the 7th month, of the first day of the month, ye shall have a holy convocation. Right? You're going to have a holy gathering. And you shall do no servile work in that day, blowing of the trumpets. So this was a gathering. This was the Most High wanted us to come in this. There you go. The 7th month. That number 7 is usually what?
Completion.
A completion, right? 7th month, 7 days, 7th month, 7 year, right? It was a completion, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2.
29 and 1. Yeah, go ahead.
And ye shall offer a burnt offering for a sweet savor unto the Most High. 1 young bullock.
Constantly giving. You always had to give. You always had to be a part of it. Right? Go ahead.
1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil. 3 tenths dill for a bullock.
You know why I keep saying that? Because I want you to realize this is your feast. This is not ISUPK, IUIC, LMNOP, ISBHPK, the GOTC. Like, we didn't make this up. So stop coming with that. You get involved with brothers like that are learning like you. That are doing like you. We didn't make this up, y'all. So, like, you keep thinking, oh, that's their feast day. Oh, y'all supposed to do it all. Y'all, like, I didn't make this up. Right. Why I gotta bring all the food? Right? You know, we all gotta put in. And I'm not saying me, I'm saying you. You're not the one to bring all the food. You're not the one. We all are what? Investing into this. That's my point in that. Yeah, like it wasn't just, I think we got to point that out a lot more because people think, oh, this is the Hebrew Israelites' feast. This is Yahweh's feast that he gave to the Hebrew Israelites. When you start thinking like that, you start putting this stamp on it like we made this up. We didn't. Y'all get that, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil. 3/10 deal for a bullock, and 2/10 deal for a ram, and 1/10 deal for one lamb throughout the 7 lambs.
So we could add Numbers 28 and 29 to the feast days in our memory database. Numbers 28 and 29, and then what other chapter in Leviticus? Y'all remember the chapter of the feast days in Leviticus? 20 what? 23. So Numbers 28 and 29, and Leviticus 23. That's where you're going to go to. Put that in your, I'm putting it in my mental database and say, okay, I know Leviticus 23, but Numbers 28 goes with that as well. Got that? Okay, go ahead.
Verse 5. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering to make an atonement for you, beside the burnt offering of the month, and his meat offering, and the daily burnt offering, and his meat offering, and their drink offerings, according unto their manner, for a sweet savor.
I remember so many times in the past reading all this, and I'm like, you know why? Because I wasn't doing it. Now you can see the work in this. You're like, bro, these hates had to work. Right, my woman? They had to work daily. You're like, now that's why my brain is clicking more with it. Because I'm like, damn, it was a lot of work these cats were doing. And then when you sit back and watching everybody else, all these priests do the work, what type of person that you are that just sit back and watch you do all the work? Hey, that's a big grill. Damn, you gonna help me get it out? That's a lot of boxes of meat. You gonna help me grab them? Like, it's just, we don't become personalized with it because we're reading about it and you don't put yourself in the shoes of these people. Right? You are the people. Right? So put yourself in those shoes and you're like, damn, we got a lot of work. Then it starts to be we. It also starts to be like, man, that's what it says. Right? It's about we. Right? Come on.
A sacrifice made by fire unto the Most High. Verse 7. And ye shall have on the 10th day.
Okay, so now, verse 7, 29 to 1 is the 29, 1 to 6 is the trumpets. Verse 7 is the Day of Atonement. So these are our feast days. And I'm going over for the new sisters. So you can note these about the feast days. This is our calendar, right? So verse 7, go ahead.
And ye shall have on the 10th day of this 7th month,
right,
and holy convocation.
Right. Once again, this is another summons. It ain't, oh, y'all don't worry about getting together. Y'all do this in your prospective homes. Now we get it. A lot of people you're affiliated with certain bodies, churches, right? If you're by yourself, you're by yourself, right? We get that. But if you're in a city where you got brothers and sisters, then get around them, right? You got to. Because it's a holy summons. We're supposed to do it together in unity. You got brothers down the street. Down the street. And won't do what the Most High said. Why? Because this ain't the Most High. This is your feast, brother. You want me to come to your feast. It's easier. Bro, it's easier for us to be individuals and selfish. Y'all don't understand. It's so easy to be an individual. To let you do what the hell you do. The longer I stand in this truth, I'm like, yeah, it's easier just to have one school than have 3. Let alone have 10 or 15, 20. It's easy to be selfish, y'all. Trust me. It's not about what's convenient for us. It's about this. Are we doing the commandments of the Most High? What the Most High said. He said, do it this way, then we can do it that way. What you was going to say? You said you seen it, what?
Oh, no. We just went to the store, and my brother was in there buying Bud Lights. And he like, shalom, ma. And then he corrected himself, Shabbat shalom. And so he knows the Sabbath day, but He's not doing nothing on the Sabbath.
Yeah, well, why? Because I'm an individual.
Yeah.
Then you want to argue about working on the Sabbath. Like, wait a minute, at least we're not buying Bud Lights on the Sabbath and going to damn drink on the Sabbath and party on the Sabbath. Like, because it's 4th of July weekend. Extended version. No. Like, it's supposed to be about what we're doing in the spirit of the Most High. Not out there tricking, right? That's not what the freedom and the law of the Most High gave us. He didn't give us that, right? So, once again, these convocations, these holy summits, holy gatherings, callings is what the Most High wanted. Go ahead.
And ye shall afflict your souls.
Now, this is not a feast day. This is the only gathering or thing we were going to do in unity and not eat together. This was going to be a fast. We were going to afflict our souls, and we were going to afflict our bodies and our minds and not eat. Right? Go ahead.
Ye shall not do any work therein.
Right? And once again, like being in captivity, you be on the whole fast for this, and you have to go to work. And you have to keep your mind in the spirit of the Most High. See, brother, I always say, you point out the Sabbath like there ain't much more in the law. Much more Sabbaths in the law to where you were supposed to follow. And ideally, what do we all want? Who doesn't want to be off 7 days, 8 days, the Day of Atonement? I would love that. But we know that being in this captivity, some of us got to work on these days, and you have to be fasting on the Day of Atonement and be at work. But you're going to do it. And you're going to keep your mind in the spirit of the Father and commemorate the day. That's what it is. Just like the Maccabees were doing just like we were doing in all these captivities, right? We were still what? Ducking and dodging Esau and what? Doing what the Most High said. Right? And making sure we try to stick to what the commandment said. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 8. But ye shall offer a burnt offering unto the Most High.
Right?
A sweet savor. 1 young bullock, 1 ram, and 7 lambs of the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil. 3 tenths dill to a bullock, and 2 tenths dill to 1 ram. A several tenth deal for 1 lamb throughout the 7 lambs. 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the sin offering of atonement. And the continual burnt offering, and the meat offering of it, and their drink offerings. Verse 12. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, you shall have an holy convocation.
Right, so another feast. So you got the feast, the Day of Atonement, and then after that you got the tabernacles. Go ahead.
God. Ye shall do no servile work.
Go ahead.
And ye shall keep a feast unto the Most High 7 days.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get it where we can do that. It's hard to do this feast, the Feast of Tabernacles, like we want to, and we have everybody involved. But we got to try to get at least one day where we can all just camp out with each other in commemoration of this day. So when that Feast of Tabernacles come up, we got to try to figure it out way ahead of time, and then get that worked out to where we can get together at least one day and do a campsite, commemorate it like the ancient days, and the tabernacles, right? Go ahead.
Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
And ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Most High. 13 young bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year. They shall be without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil. 3 tenths dill unto every bullock of the 13 bullocks.
So what I did in my Bible is everywhere when it jumped to those feasts, I put it. Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, Day of Atonement, Tabernacle, right? That way you know, or I missed the first fruits, right? You know, you're a scholar now. Remember, this is just not a Sunday church thing. Saturday church theme. Start to have this down. That way when people ask you, you know why you're doing what you're doing. Where's that at? Oh, Leviticus 23 and Numbers 28. This is what the Most High told us to follow. These are our holy days. Go ahead.
2 tenths deal to each ram of the 2 rams. And a several tenths deal to each lamb of the 14 lambs. Verse 16. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering.
That was it?
Yes, sir.
What verse?
I stopped at, I read 16.
Oh, and then he's going to verse 40?
Yes, sir. Oh.
17 to 40.
Numbers chapter 29, verse 17. And on the second day, ye shall offer 12 young bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year without spot, and their meat offering and their drink offering for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, shall be according to their number, after the manner, and one kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and the meat offering thereof, and their drink offerings. And on the third day, 11 bullocks, 2 rams, 14 lambs of the first year, without blemish, and their meat offering, and their drink offerings, for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs, shall be according to their number, after the manner, and 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 4th day, 10 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year, without blemish. Their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number, after the manner. And 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 5th day, 9 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without spot. And their meat offering and their drink offering for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number, after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 6th day, 8 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their numbers, after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. And on the 7th day, 7 bullocks, 2 rams, and 14 lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks, for the rams, and for the lambs shall be according to their number, after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, his meat offering, and his drink offering. On the 8th day ye shall have a solemn assembly. Ye shall do no servile work therein. But ye shall offer a burnt offering, a sacrifice made by fire, of a sweet savor unto the Lord. 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without blemish. Their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullock, for the ram, and for the lambs shall be according to their numbers, after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, beside the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. These things ye shall do unto the Lord in your set feasts, beside your vows and your freewill offerings, for your burnt offerings, and for your meat offerings, and for your drink offerings, and for your peace offerings. And Moses told the children of Israel, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses.
Okay, so that's it on that. Everybody got that? Okay, let's go over to Ecclesiastes 39 and let's finish it up. Ecclesiastes 39 and 1. And sis, did you new sisters have any questions? What's the sister's name? Renee, did you have any questions? No? Okay. All right. Sis, you had any questions? Yeah? No? Okay. All right. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and go to Ecclesiastes 39.
Ecclesiastes chapter 39. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof.
So what are you occupying your mind with? All right, we've been touching on this all the time, and this comes up all the time. But what are you occupying your mind with? What do you like to do? All right, well, let's go through the list of sayings. So I can't like doing what I like doing no more? No. No. You liked that before. Now, how do you start to like the things that's really going to help you? You can walk, you can go ahead and take your walks in the park. I'm not saying you got to kill your Netflix series. But what are you occupied in? That's what the scriptures are telling us. What are you occupied in? What is your daily thing? All right? How about this? Judge your own self. Put it on your phone and put the little time thing of how much apps and where you're at in what app. And you start to see what? Damn, I'm on social media more. I'm occupied more in these apps as opposed to I'm occupied more. Even your TVs and Netflix and all that and series and all that, it'll tell you, right? How much you're watching. What are you occupied more in? It's different if you're studied up, but you got to ask yourself that. I want to be more spiritual. Who wants to be more spiritual minded? Who wants to have the power of Yahweh Shai? All these hands. It's so beautiful. Okay, well, what are you occupied in?
Most High.
What are you occupied in? What interests you?
The love of the Most High.
Well, then what do you got to do?
Continue.
We already know. I feel it. Y'all saying it. It's so loud in my head. What, I can't live no more? No! Why you keep asking that? No, your life is done. You lived. How many age are you? You be in the truth 3 weeks and like, damn, this is sad. So I got to stop everything. You lived 20, 30, 40 something years of that life. That life is over. You should be wanting to put it off. Right? When you're occupied in those other things, what is it in Hebrews 6?
What prophet had
There you go.
Romans 6:21.
Romans 6. Romans 6. I'm trying to get back on my memory game. Hey, so you're helping me. Romans 6. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 6, verse 21.
Right, read that. Romans, hold on. Wait till they get it. Tell me when y'all got it. Go ahead.
What fruit had ye then in those things whereof ye are now ashamed?
Right, where's your fruits at?
For the end of those things is death.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Uh-oh, nuh-uh. No, sir. Well, do you feel this way? Do you feel that the things, I constantly remind y'all of this. The prodigal son, he would never come back to his father if he thought the mire, the dirt was fun. You talk about, I'm in dirt, I'm good. And that's what a lot of our people like. You making fun of smoking blunts and being dirty and pants sagging and all that. They're like, I don't see no problem with it. What's the problem with that? You got a problem with, your ribs stripping, your daughter aspiring to be like her stripper mama. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Y'all making fun of it, but what's wrong with that? And that's the garbage ass hood logic that I'll never respect. Never. You're not hard. You're not a killer. You're not ever so fresh and clean. You're dumb as hell. It's a foolish mentality that corrupts us. And until we see that that lifestyle is death, you will admire it. You will love it. You will aspire to it. And that generational stupidity, you will send down to your kids. The generational dumb foolishness, you will send down to your kids. And your kids start walking and acting like you, a thug. Well, you know when a white man calls you a thug, what do you mean, right? It's the new word for ninja. Right? That's why he calls you a thug. Is that what we're going to be known by? Well then, what do you like? We're Hebrew Israelites. We're here for a reason. What do we like? You can't force somebody to like this. You got to see it. Huh? Yeah, you got too many of us trying to force brothers and sisters to like it. But as long as you sit here, I'm going to drive it through your head like a drill right in your forehead. Because that life is death. So read that again. We're at what?
Romans chapter 6, verse 21. What fruit had ye then, and those things whereof ye are now ashamed? For the end of those things is death.
For the end of the... Where's the fruits at? How many baby mamas? Brothers, huh? How many? Huh? Herpes, syphilis, gonorrhea? Huh? How many times you got burned? Where's the fruit? Oh, you a good person. You going to college. I do none of that. I ain't got no baby mama. I ain't got no baby daddy. I'm going to college. I am better than the thug. Most I said, you're a fool too. Yeah, I mean, I'm better than the streets. I know how to pull up my pants. Well, most I said, you're a fool too. That don't make you right. That don't make you pure. Because you got a little bit of diction and dictionary under you. That don't make you like, no, he's different. No, you just a smart dummy. You're just a smart dummy. You're dumb smart. There you go. You're more articulate. Yeah, that don't mean we're wise. The Most High said it's still foolishness. So, the thug life, the I want to be a Democrat or Republican life. That's not the wisdom of the Most High. That's not what he's saying. Right? I got right education in my family. We are, bruh, you a damn more sellout than this guy. It's like, you really swallowed the damn pill. Let's be real. What have it profited you? Now, that being said, if you can meditate on that and understand it didn't profit me, if it didn't profit you, because a lot has profited you in this world because we've been carnal minded. So as we go through these scriptures, you're like, man, I don't see what you're saying. I don't get it. I don't get it. Right? Okay, so go back. Go back. Go ahead, no, I'm talking. That's you.
It says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High,
Right?
and is occupied in the meditation thereof.
So this is why we occupy ourselves, because we know that mind state is corrupt. The thought process, the way we live, the way we think, the hurt, the pain, the suffering, the anxiety, the doubts, the fears that came with the worldly mind, it hasn't profited us. You got to take these pills to take that pill to get rid of that pill to fix that pill. Take this liquor with that pill. It didn't help. It's not helping us. So this is why we treasure the word of the Most High. That's why Yahweh Shai said what? What man findeth the treasure and does not go find that treasure in the field It does not go by the field. You do all you can to what? Get that treasure. Is this a treasure? Well, you got to occupy your mind in the treasure, right? Question? Oh, just hold it. Go ahead.
And
We gonna script. We gonna. I'm with you. Give me a second. Go ahead.
will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients.
The ancient starts with what? Study this book. Right? It's getting my history, my psychology, getting my book. Right? And so I can learn about myself and why I'm so afar off. Why my brain is not clicking on all cylinders. Right? Go ahead.
And be occupied.
And be what?
Occupied.
I gotta occupy myself. Look up that word. Read on.
In prophecy.
In what?
Prophecy.
We gotta be occupied in the prophecy. You know why a lot of you don't fear? Because you don't see the prophecies come to pass. You stay away from all that and submerge in social media. And social media is a high of laughter in the moment. You can get on the TikTok, like cat videos on the TikTok, and that's all you get. Bro, you know why I like TikTok? For the recipes. Like, you can get on there and they be doing the food and busting open the grilled cheese and the mic is in, and you're like, whoa, right? You can be on that, right? You can be occupied on that for an hour, huh? Just looking at food. Food porn? How many on that food porn? You know what I mean? And you just looking at food, right? But you wasted how much hours on food? Now, remind you, that's the way I use it, right? How do you use it? How do you use your TikTok, your Instagram, your YouTube? You see that? So you gotta use the world. Don't let the world abuse you, right? So I started using that YouTube more on history, archaeology, a little anthropology. You get deep into those realms, you start finding Esau, man, dropping stuff that you're like, damn, I didn't even know this was on the internet. Remember, YouTube goes deep. But what is your YouTube algorithm filled with? Right, what's your algorithm filled with? See, you gotta say, listen, street speakers are fine, but how many street speakings and arguments you could, like me, I look at the street speaker, I'm like, okay, we know what's gonna happen. Esau's gonna get chopped up. Right? We already know what's gonna happen. Why I gotta keep watching this? Let me get in the book and study so I can be sharp like that brother on the street speaking. You see that? You realize you watch, bro, I watched one street speaking of the brother. It was 1 hour and 45 minutes. It was good too. I was like, damn, okay, this cat is ripping this cat up. Right? But then you realize that's 1 hour and 45 minutes if you could have been studying. You got to occupy yourself in this. And it's a training. It's a training, y'all. Remember, we're trained to be kids, right? At a young age, a child. So a lot of those things bore us. Think about it. We sitting here 8 hours. It almost feels like 8 hours all the time. You got to be in tune to sit here this long. You got to be invested. It has to be interesting. Or else I lost you but he lost you the first hour, and then you're still just here, just forcing yourself, right? You got to be occupied. You got to love this, y'all. Go ahead.
Occupy, 1828 Webster's Dictionary.
Go ahead.
Definition 2. To keep in possession.
Right.
To possess.
Right.
To hold or keep for use.
See, woo. To hold it. You got something else? What you got? Go ahead. Number 5. Go ahead.
To employ. To busy oneself.
There you go. To busy oneself. Read. Yeah, I like that. To busy oneself. Let me be busy. You want to be a busybody? Let's get busy in this. Right? Occupy. What else? Read on.
He will keep the sayings of the renowned men.
Because as a man thinketh, so is he. What you pour in your cup is what you start to speak more. Right? What you occupy yourself is what you start to speak more. And then you know who around you, where their mind is at, because what they talking about. Right? Sisters, you can be mighty scriptures, spiritual warriors too. It ain't only the men. You can be as sharp too. But you got to occupy yourself like the men. Go ahead.
And where subtle parables are.
Where subtle parables, like when we go through these Ecclesiastes, Wisdom of Solomon, where you're, or Proverbs, and you're like, what does that mean? That don't, and you got to read it 3 or 4 times. The understanding will come because when you start to read more of the Bible, you see that literally it all is fluid with each other. It all is like water going right into each other. So the more and more you read the subtle or dark sayings or things that are hard to be understood, it's clear because you're occupied in those things. Right? Yeah.
The precept.
Okay, what precept you got?
We had brought it up basically in the same point.
Mm-hmm.
It was Psalms chapter 19, verse 8.
Okay.
Yeah. So Psalms chapter 19, verse 8.
Go ahead.
The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandments of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so that was just talking about
The Most High. Yeah, that's what's going to happen when we're occupied. Do we want our third eye to be popped? You want the third eye to be popped? Right? It's not with the blunts. I get more articulate when I smoke. No, you're more dumb. I get more in the spirit when I pop this Molly. No, you're not. You're actually slower. Right? When we tap into and occupy ourselves in this, our third eye, mind's eye, is illuminated. Right? That's what it says. Baruch 4:1 tells us that. That we be illuminated. Right? Not with the dark side. With righteousness. Okay? So good one. All right, read on.
And where subtle parables are.
Right?
He will be there also.
Right, he will be there also. See, I noticed something, man. The Greeks seek wisdom because they're raised with that in mind. How do you raise your kids? Think about it. How were we raised? Some of us were just ignored, right? And a child left alone becometh what? Willful. It says a child left alone become willful. So what were you left to? Right? Now, what do you train your child to be in? You give him the tablet and then what? Where is he going? So what becomes interesting to a child is what you feed him. That's why it's hard for us to sit down and read books. Right? Because that was never the forthcoming thing that we grew up in. Unless you took a liking to it at a young age and you kept to it without somebody training you up. So what were you interested in? Think about it. I'm not going to ask you what you were interested in. I'm going to ask, what are some people interested in? And then y'all can tell me. How about that? What are some people interested in? Yeah.
I had actually remembered some of the stuff. I used to read books, but then I stopped. So
what books used to read?
I actually used to read.
Don't tell me no. Naruto and One Punch Man and. He's like, yes, I got all those scriptures down. Like Arya can break down what Marvel character, what Naruto character, what Batman character. Go ahead.
I used to read a lot of science books.
Okay.
Like real young. So I used to be good at like building stuff and breaking it down, but I stopped. I forgot.
Yeah. And see, that be the problem, that we get into that mind and then something else jumps us from that. Just like, bro, I was a D student. The truth made me everything. And when I mean that, you talking about a garbage. I always knew I was whack. So when I say it, y'all don't understand. When my teacher told me I was stupid, I already knew that in the world I was going to be stupid. But in the knowledge of the Most High, I was going to become great. And that made me read a lot more. That made me learn how to speak a little bit better. That made me how to study and spend time. The truth made me great. And but you got to know your garbage. You got to know your garbage, though. Like, if you don't know your garbage, you think you're somebody, you coming in doing the Most High a favor. You're going to be like, nah, I don't got to do that. I'm doing the Most High a favor. Right? You're not doing the Most High no favors. So, you used to read, you did science books. Yeah. What else? What other things that we liked, or, excuse me, that people might like? Not y'all, but what? What things people might like? What?
I mean, I'm in robotics, so when I was like younger, when I was first getting into it, that's something I did, is read like how to build this, how to build that.
Right.
And I got more into the technical stuff.
Okay. Did you change from that?
A little bit, but I take the classes to that.
Right. So think about it. How many of us are still pushing that way to learn? And because that's what I'm trying to keep the path of. See, the thing is this. When you're young, you can start being interested in those things. And then you'll be pulled from them with something else piquing your interest. Yeah, like you might have been reading, and then what happened? Something else got you into something else that occupied your mind for you to learn foolishness. So we gotta relearn. We gotta understand, man, that this world played us short. And even when we were reading, what were we reading? What were we reading? You start talking about all the Harry Potter books. I'm gonna kick, bruh. I don't want to hear that. Harry Potter ain't teach you nothing. Alakazam, alakazoo. Like, he ain't teach you nothing. Yes, you can learn how more words, but that wasn't wisdom, right? So we gotta learn to be occupied in this. This is what's gonna teach us. This would teach us to start to learn to read history, right? What the ancients learned. These white people, what they learned: history, archaeology, anthropology. You know, getting into our language, like really learning it. Like really studying on that. Well, I have a PhD in, okay, so let's get along that talk. Could you? You see, you got a lot to learn. If you start at a young age, then when you get older, then you can relax a little bit and say, okay, now I can do those things. But this is what I'm trying to start the kids on. Start young. Then you can relax when you get a little bit older because you're so studied up. So every time before Mawula Quadashaya gets on the video game, they got to read something. I want a chapter in the Bible. I want you to grab one of my books. Pick any book you want. Mawula started reading the Black Indians. Like, you're going to read something. By the time, think about it. As much as you want to get on that game, you're going to be like, what? Okay, you'll have a book down and be like, damn, I read that whole book. By the time he's 21, you have 10, 20, 30 books, right? And then it's easier for you to read. Because it's hard for you to be interested in reading. It is. It's crazy. Yeah. It's like, why am I reading this? This is boring. Right? But when you train your mind, you start to love it, and then you get occupied in the ancients. Y'all see this? And that's all we're trying to do, is try to push you to remember, if we're occupied in this, that's where the help's going to come from. What is all of this about? To push you so you won't be mentally unstable, spiritually unstable in your life. That's what this is about. Being renewed in the spirit of your mind. Go ahead, read it.
Come. Verse 3. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences.
Right?
And be conversant in dark parables.
Right?
He shall serve among great men.
See, then I want to be around people that got knowledge. That's how you know you were supposed to be stealing the knowledge that Esau is hiding deep in the algorithm. While you looking at chicks twerk and reaction videos, right? You're looking at reaction videos when you could be what? Going deep into that algorithm, and you're like, damn, I stumbled on some Egyptian archaeology classes, and I'm like, what the, dude, where these been at? And these are Egyptians dropping this stuff, and then I stumbled on, when you go in that algorithm, what happened? You stumble into the deep, and we know that their mixture of knowledge is a lot of mumble jumble. But we can start having the word match it. Oh, okay, this is wrong, this is right, right? You're getting more information. You're just wasting your time better. That's all, you know, time is all we have as humans. That's it. You're going to blink an eye out, and you're going to be 35. You're going to blink an eye, right? Right, older brothers? Con. I blinked my eye, and I was like, why am I so whack? I'm like, I'm still thinking like when I was 18. I'm like, I don't want, like, I'm young, right? And then you blink an eye, you realize, nah, you can't get on the court like you used to. You're not young. Time is like this, y'all. Like you were 4, and then now, yeah, you were 4, and then next you know, we look up and you're what? 15. Like, how did this happen? So use your time well, or you're going to be a 30-year-old grown-ass man that don't know how to live, don't know how to control his mind, don't know how to raise the kids, don't know how to be a husband, don't know how to be a leader, and an introvert. How are you going to be a 30-year-old introvert being a priest? How does that work out? I called you to speak to the nations. You ain't Moses, and no Aaron ain't going to be speaking for you. You go speak for yourself. Can't be that way. Come on, read on.
He shall serve among great men.
He shall what?
Serve among great men.
Think about how many of us want to do that. Read.
And appear before princes.
Right. How many of us want to appear before princes? How many of us want to sit and talk with kings? Right? As opposed to sit and talk with what? Fortnite. Read. Apex? Go ahead.
He will travel through strange countries.
Right? What are you traveling through strange places looking for? Strange? Huh? These cats are traveling through strange countries looking for strange books and history that proves the fact of what we need. Right? But you're traveling through what? What Mom Willa found today? How you can get a gift card and where? What was it?
Just figure out how to get like a gift card, like a $25 gift card for $5.
Yeah, you buy it from another country and then you use it, right? Like, it's got to be more than that, right? He's like, how do you do that? You can talk to him later. You can talk to the 14-year-old later about that.
It's the currency. It's the currency.
Yeah, it's just the currency. Yeah, you're using their currency, right, on the thing, which is smart. But what are we traveling through these strange places looking for? What information? Go ahead.
For he had tried the good and the evil among men.
See? How many of us can be able to sit before this knowledge of good and evil and know, don't touch the evil? Right? We know that's before us. Go ahead.
He will give his heart to resort early.
He will give his heart to what?
To resort early to the Lord.
Right. You see that? Now, we know that when you wake up early, right? But what it's talking about is, what are you first at giving yourself to? We know it's talking about you wake up in the morning, your prayer is supposed to go to the Most High. But when it says you were early to the Father, right? What are you first willing to hear? Right? Or like you said, Lacan said it earlier. He said it earlier. He said, you get these classes where classes like, you get counsel and it's like, brother, you're just too winded.
Right.
When I heard that from Rochester, I was like, are you trying to shut me up? Like, what the hell does that mean? Like, literally, you get the counsel old school, you be in there 4 hours in puts-up position with 4 brothers around giving you scriptures. That just don't make sense. But that's that low-level peon mind. That's the monkey brain. Syracuse?
Syracuse brother said that.
Yeah. Syracuse. That's even worse. Where the hell is Syracuse? Where's that on the map? I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Resort early.
Go ahead.
He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord that made him.
Right?
And will pray.
And will what?
Pray.
Well, like, we got to understand, and I said this, we said this a while back. If you get up in the morning, your first thing phone is to go to the iPhone God and the Samsung God, and the Most High ain't the first thing on your mind, you got to retrain yourself, y'all. There's something wrong with that. Behold my Lord. Instagram. Before Yahweh, Instagram gets hit. Yahweh don't even get a prayer, but TikTok makes sure you got what? You 10 videos down. Before you even think of Yahweh. That is pathetic. That's sad. The first thing we should be saying is, wait a minute. Yahweh, let me face the east first. Let me get this prayer out. Right? Yeah, you sisters, brothers, that ain't got your ribs and kids praying. And you sisters that always forgetting to face the east. Right? That's wrong. But that goes to train up a child. Yeah.
Oh, I got a precept for exactly what you just said.
Go ahead.
It's going to be Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 16.
Say Chevrolet.
They that fear the Lord will seek that which is well pleasing unto him.
Where you at again?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 16.
2 verse 16. Go ahead.
And they that love him shall be filled with the law.
Right. And they that love him shall be filled with the law. So we're seeing why a lot of our mental status is unstable, right? Why our equilibrium or spiritual equilibrium is out of whack. Like why you're one emotion and the next another emotion, because you don't got no stability. The Bible, the Word, wisdom, knowledge brings mental stability. Fact. What you tell yourself is going to affect you. If you're telling yourself what? I can do all things, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is my peace. He's my shield. He's my comforter. He's my rock. Right? Then that's a whole different thought process. Right? But if you're constantly telling yourself, nah, I can't, I'm done, him, I'm done, I can't, I'm done. What's the end of the story? you're done. You're done. See, you said fried chicken.
Oh, no.
Come on, read on.
And will pray before the Most High. And will open his mouth in prayer.
See? So prayer shows where our conscience, our mind state is. Because, Akim, we be so busy that we don't even get up and pray. And even during the day, we're not acknowledging. How the hell you got these? I regress. How you got these Muslims, these Arabs? They sit down, they pull over on the damn highway. And what? Throw out their little cloth and pray to Allah. Was it 5 times? I thought it was 3.
I thought it was 3 too.
It's 5? 5 times a day they pray to Allah because they got to outdo the Hebrews. We say 3, but we say pray without ceasing though.
Always the same.
Yeah, always you're praying. But, you know, to making sure when you do that, and I know sometimes you don't got the time to, you know, pull up and face the east, but pray like Elise here. Now, I know a lot of us can bear witness to this. You don't pray. Come on. Your day ain't about the Father. He that regardeth the day to the Father regardeth the day. He that regardeth it not to the Father regardeth it not. So, who's your day towards? You see, so you got to pray. It's got to be about, it takes work, conscious awareness, right? Like, look, let me say a quick prayer. Let me face the east. Or I'm in my car, turn off the damn dumbass music and what? Pray to the Most High. We got to remember that. Go ahead.
And make supplication for his sin.
Right?
When the great Lord will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding.
See, if you occupy yourself in the word, the knowledge, you will be filled with understanding. What does that mean to you? That means this. Who feels like they cannot get clarity? Who feels like there's things that they just don't understand? Who feels like it's never going to change? If you said those words, then you need to get in the book so you can get understanding. When you're saying to yourself that things ain't never going to change, well, you don't understand. Right? You got to get in the book to understand everything that's going around you. That's what the Most High gave us. Read.
He shall pour out wise sentences.
Then your talk will be what?
Wise sentences.
It won't be that foolishness. It won't be your husband or your brother or your rib pulls the scripture and then you get your feelings hurt. You put once again, if you got a vampire in your house, y'all let me know. You start pulling out the Bible, no. You're like, what do you, no. You start doing that, there's a problem. Nigga laughing, but who's doing that? No, put it away. Right? I'm your father. There should be no way. You should be welcoming, right? You should be welcoming the gospel. You should be welcoming the light. Right? Go there. Go to John 3 verse 17. John 3 verse 17. You should be welcoming the light. And listen, you know, I'm not going into all these with scriptures, bro, because y'all know what it is. We can do this. We got some arsenal for these. Go ahead.
John chapter 3, verse 17.
For
God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world.
Yeah, you got to realize the word, these dark sayings, the sentences are not to condemn you. It's not to destroy you. When it says that it's a two-edged sword that cuts to marrow, to bone, getting all deep inside you, that's what it's supposed to do, but it's for the betterment. Because spiritually, you should want the cut now so you won't have to worry about the cut physically. You should want that cut. Right, Reed?
Even, Shalaki,
Uh-huh.
but that the world through him
Right?
might be saved.
Right. Reed? You see that? It's so simple and you're like, yeah, I get it, Doc. But you know what he's saying? Yahweh Shai is trying to give you salvation. The word of salvation. The knowledge of salvation. Why you don't want to be saved? Who wants to be saved out of that mind? I thought that's what we're here for. You pray to the Father. I want the pain to go away. Man, I want my anxiety to stop. I get so, my stomach, I get so sick. I don't know what's going on in life. The salvation is here. But you think that's like the Christians. You just read the word Jesus and then that what? Shazams you. Right? No, it's you getting in the book, applying the word, understanding what is going on around you brings peace. Right? Go ahead.
He that believeth on him is not condemned.
Right.
But he that believeth not is condemned already.
Read on.
Because he have not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God.
Right. So, first and foremost, we know that we have to believe in the Son, period. Because he is the example of how we're supposed to walk. And the Most High sent him to show us. If we don't believe that, then you lose. Read.
And this is the commandment.
Go ahead.
That light is come into the world.
This is the point. That light, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the flashlight that shines on us to reveal us. Go ahead.
And men love darkness.
When that flashlight is on you, and you're talking about no, then that's the problem. The light is on you. You're supposed to welcome the light. Go ahead.
Rather than light.
See, when you start rejecting the knowledge, you're spiritually destroying yourself. Let's talk about it. You got to get your mind wrapped that way. But the only way it's going to be wrapped that way is if you occupy yourself in the word, and you will see man doesn't have nothing to do it. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and life. Yes, man is bringing it out, but the words, what I'm reading, is the life. Doesn't matter what man is delivering it. Doesn't matter. What does the word says? And then you start saying, the word is true. Even though this man, I'm angry with him now. Even though this woman, I'm angry with right now. The word is true. That's the problem. And that's what happens when you're not occupied or either occupied. You're either going to want the light or want to walk in darkness. Go ahead.
Because their deeds are evil.
See, but why don't I want the flashlight on them?
Because their deeds are evil.
You're revealing me for what I am. You know I'm a ghoul. And when the flashlight comes on me, you realize the ghoul, that shadow behind you is the... Right? You're like, I told you, I walk around with a mirror. Be like, look at yourself right now. Like, no. I can't even see myself. That's the word. That's the gospel. Go ahead.
For everyone that doeth evil,
right,
hateth the light.
You don't want the light. So I'm making it being funny about it, but listen, what happens? Like a ghoul, like all those shows we see, they don't want the light. Oh! And every time the light hits them, what happens? Burns their skin. Right? And long ass nails, varicose veins, hands. Right? No, keep me out of the light. Everyone. Right? And that's literally how it is in the spirit. But you just might not see the ghoul on you. I see the ghoul on you. That ghoul is on you. Your face changed. Your face changed. Right? Go ahead, read on. God. Read on.
Neither cometh to the light.
Yeah, you're like, brother, behold, let me in the light. Are you coming to the light? And that's what we all got to look at ourselves. This ain't you, this ain't me. This is what the word is telling us. Go ahead.
Least his deeds should be reproved.
See? So, our deeds have to be reproved to be accepted in righteousness. We got to be purged. Right? That's the theme of the Bible. Right? Don't you know, old man, that seed, and I'm paraphrasing the hell out of 1 Corinthians 15, must die to become the fruit that the Most High made it to be. It has to die. So the old man has to die for you to be that shining, bright, righteous brother and sister. That's it on that? Go ahead.
But he that doeth truth cometh to the light.
See that? He that doeth truth comes to light. There should be no reason when a brother pulls up the Bible. That's what trips us out with Christianity. You start to pull the Bible. I had an older woman tell me that one time. That freaked me out. She was talking about she was a Christian. And I was like, what's this? You know, and I was just, sis, let's sit down a little bit. Let's talk. She was like, no, don't open that Bible. Oh. Like, damn, you're a ghoul. No matter how old you are, you're an old demon. Because there should be no way you don't want to sit down and... Listen, even the Ethiopian did what? He said, how could I know unless someone teach me? You see? But our people, they don't want to hear that. Finish?
That his deeds may be made manifest.
Uh-huh.
That they were wrought in God.
See? So you got to be willing, you got to be ready to let those deeds be reproved. So occupy. This is what occupy in the word and the wisdom will do. It will have us more open to hear the word of the Most High. But when you're not occupied, it's what? Offensive. You're getting at me. Why are you telling me like that? Why is it that like that? Why? Oh, I'm always wrong. Oh, when we go into that level, it's a high level manipulative Kmart demon. It's a high level. See, I guess I'm just going to be wicked then. I guess I'm always wrong then. So if I'm always wrong, won't you? Like, no, brother. You're not always wrong, Ak. You're just wrong here. You're done with that. Come on, read on.
Verse 7.
Uh-huh.
He shall direct his counsel.
He shall what?
He shall direct his counsel.
What? You didn't see it? Y'all seeing it now? You're ready to hear the light. You're ready to ask instead of running. Instead of running from your husband, you're ready to say, hey, babe, listen, I know you're a man of wisdom, me Lord. What do you think about this? Hey, I was wondering, you know what? You got a little bit of knowledge on this. What do you think about this? But the ghoul, the ones that don't want to know nothing and they pride and the word hurts their spirit, every little Bible verse, it's, see, I'm wrong again. See, I'm wicked again. Then you don't want to hear none of that. You're not going to direct your counsel. Right? Read.
And knowledge.
And what?
And in his secret place, and in his secrets shall he meditate.
Shall he what?
Meditate.
See, there you go again. What are you meditating on? How many of us is really meditating? Not like these Hindus and Hare Krishna and yoga teaches you. That's not the meditation. You get your spandex and you just sit there and like, No. Meditate on this gospel. Meditate on this word. Meditate on the things that you're not considering in the spirit, the word, the wisdom. Let me meditate on that. You know what I need to get process this. Read.
He shall show forth that which he had learned.
Right.
And shall glory in the law of the covenant of the Lord.
Are y'all getting that? Then you're going to show what you learned. You don't know a lot because you ain't meditating on the thing that you're supposed to know. But what is your conversation about? What movie? What series? What TV show? What game? Right? Your few days at work, what is the guy always talking about?
Either joking the dude that don't talk too much, when they talk about women.
There you go. And that's all they're going to do. You know the warning I gave him out? I said, watch it. Iron sharpeneth iron. All they're going to be talking about is women. That's going to be the daily conversation. Or money or cash. That's it. And then if your mind ain't directed, your mind ain't in the right place, by nature, that will implant on you. So you gotta what? I can't hear that. I'm gonna direct this conversation. Let me tell y'all something. And that's when a young man start teaching them to where they either shut the hell up with all that, because they will when you start teaching, or stop talking, right? They're like, okay, we can't talk to this cat, because every time we come with our power, our force, he comes with a stronger force. You see that? See? And that's how it is in every arena. The righteousness overcoming foolishness. You see that? And you don't got to force with it. All you got to do is what? Just like they're talking freely. Yeah, but you know, the word says, the scripture says, that they're like, bro, what's up with you in the Bible? What's up with you and women? What's up with you and women? Like every time you're like, you know, I'm just telling you, like, what you're saying about women is, this is correct, but biblically, and you're like, damn, you start teaching old men. And then they want to inquire. But this is what it means, that be not overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. It's important. Go ahead, read on.
Many shall commend his understanding.
Then they're going to be looking at you and be like, man, how you know so much? Well, I read. I study. Right? This is what I'm into. I'm into the Bible. Read.
And so long as the world endureth,
right,
it shall not be blotted out.
Right. See, that's what gives us a name. That's what gives us a name. Because all this is written. And guess what? There's many that are not written in the book of life. Go ahead.
His memorial shall not depart away.
Go ahead.
And his name shall live from generation to generation.
Read.
Nations shall show forth his wisdom. And the congregation shall declare his praise. If he die.
Right, and we know that. Because when you go into, I think, the 41st chapter, the famous men chapter, like 43, it tells us about all the famous men. All the famous men, and we're going to get there too. That name was written, and their acts were written. Read on.
If he died, he shall leave a greater name than 1,000.
Check that out. Read.
And if he live, he shall increase it.
Right.
Yet have I more to say.
How are we dying? What name are we leaving? See? Read.
Yet have I more to say, which I have thought upon. For I am filled as the moon at the full. Hearken unto me, ye holy children, and bud forth as a rose growing by the brook of the field.
Right. The Most High, Yahweh Shai, this man in the spirit of the Most High was telling us, look, we are supposed to be budding in the spirit. And he not only did it, Solomon did it, David did it, with the prayers, right? With all the wisdom, the wise men, Yahweh Shai above all did it. Right? With the wisdom and knowledge and understanding. He wanted us to bud, to grow in the spirit. Go ahead.
And give ye a sweet savor, as frankincense, and flourish as a lily, send forth a smell.
Right, and that goes back to that Psalms 1:1. Blessed is the man that planted by the rivers of living water. Right? He's constantly nourished to where he can bud forth. And that tree will bring forth good fruit. Right? But a wicked tree won't bring forth good fruit. Because you ain't planted by the rivers of living water. You planted by that Clorox water. And sink water. Destroy the roots. Destroy every damn thing, right? You planted by a Coca-Cola factory. You ain't get no growth. That's all death. We're supposed to be planted by the rivers of living water. What are you feeding your mind? Go ahead.
Send forth a smell and sing a song of praise. Bless the Lord in all his works. Magnify his name, and show forth his praise with the songs of your lips.
Right.
And with harps, and in praising him, ye shall say after this manner, all the works of the Lord are exceeding good. And whatsoever he commanded shall be accomplished in due season.
Right.
And none may say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For at time convenient, they shall all be sought out. At his commandment, the waters stood as in heap. And at the words of his mouth, the receptacles of waters. At his commandment is done whatsoever pleaseth him, and none can hinder. When he will save, the works of all flesh are before him, and nothing can be hid from his eyes.
Right. So that goes over what we were talking about earlier. The Most High sees all things, right? What verse you at?
Verse 20.
Go ahead.
He seeth from everlasting to everlasting, and there is nothing wonderful before him. A man.
There's nothing wonderful before him. So why would we think we're special? We get into this Israel mode where it's like we're doing the Most High a favor. He said, thou doest good, thou doest it to thyself. Right? This is for you. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 21. A man need not to say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For he had made all things for their uses. His blessing covered the dry land.
So he did make everything for our uses in the proper order, right? Everything is set before us to use properly. What we're seeing is the wicked don't use it properly. Go ahead.
His blessing covered the dry land as a river, and watered it as a flood. As he had turned the waters into saltness, so shall the heathen inherit his wrath. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked.
I want y'all to meditate on that. Think about that. If you're still lost and you got the truth, what's the problem? Like, this isn't supposed to be a stumbling block to us. The stumbling block was supposed to be to the wicked, not to the righteous. Why are you still not free? If the truth is going to make me free, why am I not free? Well, are you occupied in the truth? Are you occupied in the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding? If you're not occupied, you're not going to be free. So, I've seen this. I've heard this before. I came into the truth and things got worse. Yeah, because you're not applying the truth. You're not doing the truth. You're hearing the truth, but you're not doing it. So it ain't going to work for you. Read.
For the good are good things created from the beginning.
Right.
So evil things for sinners.
So evil things for sinners. So you ask yourself, well, why was that created? Why was the nuclear bomb created? It was created for sinners, because that's what the negative, the wicked people know how to do. They know how to take what is good and twist it. Right? You get into this discussion into AI. AI can be good. It can actually help you out. But where they want to take it and how they want to use it, right? It's most likely in the hands of the wicked. They're going to do wickedness with it. I'm trying to figure out why they're so scared. Why they're so scared of AI. And I'm like, I don't get it. I love it. But I know why now. Because, first of all, they know how it can be used in a wicked sense. When they look at this, they're not looking at it like us. Like, I'm like, damn, I'm using certain AI tools, and I'm like, this is dope. This is easy, right? Nah. They know what happens when it gets to a level, bro, you're going to be able to manipulate so many things. And if they don't got a tool to stop that, they all right. Esau will create things that kill themselves. Because that's their wicked mind. Right? So why I'm like, man, look, yeah, hell yeah, make some robots. They're thinking like, yeah, so we can have sex with them. I'm thinking like, bro, I need me a robot made. They're thinking like, no, I need me a robot woman. For real though. Right? That's what they're thinking. You see? Because that's their mind. So while we're trying to use the tools of the world for goodness, they're corrupt in every way. Right? There's nothing wrong with a robot. Most High gave us the things of the world to use them. There's nothing wrong with it. Using it righteously. Right? That's like saying, I pose this to brothers. In the 1500s, you got your leg chopped off, right? And you lost your leg. What did they put on your leg? What? A stick. Is that stick wicked? Brother, you're modifying your body when you put that stick on. So what happens when it turns from a stick to a piece of iron? And then from a piece of iron to a robot leg? Are you going to say, oh, that's wicked? That's not wicked to put you lost your leg. But how do they take it to wickedness? Now they're trying to what? Transplant your mind in the computer. They trying to make you half human, half robot. You see how the wicked use things for wickedness. Right? Who's buying up all the land? Bill Gates buying up all this land to make genetically modified food to combat viruses. You big dummy, you made the virus. You literally, because your corrupt mind, are going against nature, and in itself, you're destroying the things that was the benefit. So they're changing the genes in the food and adding certain things to combat it. But it's no longer natural. It's no longer natural anymore. So you took this food, took it out of its nature, and what? Now you're destroying more people. These cats gonna bring, you leave it up to the white man, bro, we would be living like these movies in the last days. Right? If you leave it up to the Lord, luckily the Lord says he has the wise in their own craftiness. Like he's not gonna let them do that. Not to that level, because there won't be nothing left. Right? Who had their hand raised over there? Yeah.
You are right about what Bill Gates is creating the food for.
Mm-hmm.
He's not just modifying it to eradicate diseases.
Uh-huh.
It's he's using the RNA code.
Yeah.
To put in the coronavirus. He's using that code to make plants, vegetables, right? So that it can destroy the viruses in us and also change our DNA.
Now, what these guys don't understand is like, because you know what I asked? I asked, well, what is the intentions behind that? And the first thing Israel going to say is what? That the devil, they want to destroy everything, which is true, right?
Right.
But in his mind, he thinks what? I want to help. Even in the goodness of his heart, his wicked heart, there is no help. You're not helping us. You're literally, because you're coming out of this, you're what? Doing more hurt. Because anything changed from his natural, that genetically modified, you're seeing that there's nothing good that comes from it. We get worse. Because you're taking it out as natural use. And that's what we're reading right here. Watch, read on.
The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water,
right,
fire,
right,
iron,
right,
and salt.
And we talked on another level about AI and genetically modified. But if we go down to these little things, it says what? What's the first one?
Water.
Right. Remember what they did to the water. What came out recently and what they've been putting in the water? A lot of stuff, right? But the chloride, all that stuff, like what you're using to clean the water is chemicals. How does it? Like you turn on your damn sink, it smells like a pool. It's just like, why would I drink this? And then don't want to know why your guts, your insides, your stomach, your intestines are shriveling up. Oh, no. It don't have that effect on you. Yes, it does. But they're not going to realize, so what? 30 years later, oh, we were wrong. Johnson & Johnson baby powder does cause cancer. But we let you, and it's too late. How many generations you done killed, dummy? But that's how we do it. We're like, oh, you know what? The FDA approved this, and the research wasn't there, and 20 years later, yeah, if you're losing, you have 3 nuts, or you're losing a breast, yeah, you know what? Now you can sue. Like, but you let this all come out. You're like, bro, you destroy, you're destructive, man. You was gonna say something, look out.
Oh no, it's bad.
Okay, all right, the water, they destroyed that. Go ahead.
Fire.
All we got to drink is bottled water. Bottled water. And don't think you're going to get filtered water. Stop with the filtered water, y'all. The filtered water, y'all buying those like you're good, right? That literally is just filtered water. You got to get spring water. Yeah, you be pulling up with that filtered bottled water. Stop that. You can do that in your kitchen. I can do that. Go get you a little filter and go filter the water. That's not going to take out all the things that they already done put in them. They get sink water and running it through the filter and bottling it up and selling it to you. No, go get that spring water. Right? The natural rock from the mountains that they take and put it in bottles. That's the best product you're going to get. What?
And a lot of that filtered water is really just recycled sewage water. Because they go through the pipes. That's why HRSD got to do the whole process. And then they sip it right back through the same pipes.
You're drinking your own piss. You're drinking your own, all the condoms in the water. I done seen it. There's a whole, bro, I done seen how they do it. It's a whole big system that goes through this. Before that, though, if you just go watch it, you're drinking yourself. Remember on the Matrix? Remember on the Matrix? Y'all think this is some conspiracy theory? Y'all better go down online and see the actual machines. They filter our water wood and how they use to kill the bacteria, change the color in the water. This is not like back in the day, this would have been, without the internet, this would have been, oh man, you just saying things. No, it's real. They destroyed the damn water. That's why when we pooed, we didn't poo in the damn water. We didn't pee in the water. We would go right to the ground, buried in the ground. You're pissing in the water, you're dooking in your own water. White man's a dummy, man. He's a dummy. What? I can't hear you. You gotta talk loud. What's up?
God, just going what we're saying, there was a show that showed like kids like where the water comes from, and it comes from the sewer, and it like filters it. And I'm like, how do you filter poop?
It's the way they do it. They actually they show you how they use bacteria to kill bacteria.
Yeah.
They use bacteria to kill the bacteria, the poop and all that stuff. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's literally my job that we gotta fix the stuff that takes out the sewage out of the water. So we fix those stuff. So then we take out the majority of the sewage, we ship it to HRSD, and they literally said they put out condoms and they want to add it to water. Like, and when it breaks and it starts and it's literally splashing everywhere, it's a problem for everybody.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh dang, that's our drinking water right there.
Hell no, it ain't my drinking water. It's like, remember back in the days when you go to the sink, take it? Hell nah, don't do that. Don't do that. You're right. You were gonna, somebody was saying, go ahead.
Yeah, I used to work in Petersburg. Worked at a linen company called Virginia Linen. I was in the engineering department. And one of our jobs that we had to do is listen out for the alarm on the water system, on the sewage water system, right? Because when that alarm goes off, that means the pH balance is off for our sewage going to the city supply. Because it has to be a certain pH, right? That means the acidity content has to be at a certain level. The dirty filthiness of it has to be at a certain level. We use 4 systems to clean it up, to eat the cloth. That
It's safe, The scientists tell us it's safe,
I say there's a chemical that breaks the cloth down, that get sucked down in the sewage, right? There's a chemical that breaks the waste down.
Oh, wow.
Right? There's a chemical that interacts with that to try to offset it, right? And then it just goes through that process, and then we have to send that back to the water supply of the city, and they're going to do their own process again.
Now, every other country and how they do a lot of this is totally different. America is like, look, all we got over there is the base of civilization, right? All we are is slaves, making their money, making the corporation move forward, right? That's it. So the scripture says it. Water, what else?
Fire.
Right, we know what they do with the fire. Go watch Oppenheimer, right? They control that fire to what? Blow up a whole nation. Go ahead.
Iron.
Read.
And salt.
And we know what the iron, right? All the iron and everything that's pulled out of the ground and what it's used for. It can be used for a spoon, or it can be used to destroy. So good and evil, right? Go ahead.
Flour of wheat.
Right, flour and wheat. We always talk about this. I keep trying to tell my family, get off the damn white bread. The white bread's not good for you, but it tastes better. Right? Get off the white rice. It's just something about white rice with beans. Right? Brown rice is different, right? You just don't like, and then black rice, you really look at that, you're like, but it's black. Psychologically, that plays with you. But that black is the best rice. And it's expensive. You get a bag like this for like $6. Right? That can only feed probably 2 people. Right? So they make sure the healthy stuff. But they give you a big bag of what? White rice to what? Kill your kidneys, kill your liver over time, because it's a slow death. Right? It's a slow death when they bleach our rice, they bleach our bread, they bleach the flour. It's a slow death. So why do you think we get old quick? Why you go to these other countries, man? You go to these island countries, it'd be the 50, 60-year-old shining like Benjamin. They'd be like, how old are you? You're strong as hell. Right. Because this cat grew up on fruits, right? The fruit diets and eating the right stuff. Right? And they don't deal with their agriculture the same way. They don't let all these things come in and then years down the road say, you know what, we were wrong. Devil is a whole nother meaning to me. At one time when I first came in, I'm thinking like, yeah, you're just evil. You're just a bad guy. It's so much more meaning to me. Like when you really realize what they do and what they're into, and how they control, and how they change, and how they manipulate, and how they make you think about that. You drink that damn water thinking what? The white man said it's right, it's good. You don't know what you're talking about. Right? It's healthy. It's crazy. Go ahead.
Honey.
What?
Honey.
Right, we don't even drink honey. You want what? High fructose corn syrup. You want what? Sugar. Not brown sugar. Black is whack, white is right. Right? Who wants that brown sugar? No. I want white. I want white sugar. Why? Because for some reason the white is more sugary. Right? It's more appealing. And that's what it is. Bro, you want the brown sugar, or better yet, honey. But now you got to get raw honey. Because why? You get the honey and you realize that what? The genetically modified bees. They're not even genetically modified. Those are robot bees, huh? But you get all these things and it's not good for you. And yes, we're not going to escape everything, but y'all got to see what's going on here. The devil is a lie, brother. Oh, hold on, y'all. Read on.
Honey, milk.
Right. Uh-oh. You want to talk about the milk? Cows with 2 heads? Cows look like the Hulk? Huh? 8-leg cows? This is all on the internet. Go look at how they farm. If you still drink white milk, you got issues. If you still drink cow milk, you got problems. Yeah, that cow milk is not good for you. It's vitamin D. Really? You think we was drinking that? You would think we was drinking this version of milk? Nah, man, that stuff kills us. So you got to think about what they're doing and what they do to these animals. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying we're going to escape a lot of it, but we got to be aware. And who's going to just take the bullet to the mouth? Well, why? Yeah.
That's just in this country though, because we drank milk straight out of the cow. Just milk.
Right.
And we ate white rice, a lot of rice.
Right.
And it came from somebody's backyard. We ate everything. We never thought, let's not drink white milk.
Right. Oh yeah. And that's the thing, is white cow milk is not bad. We're talking about American cow milk, where they pump the animals with all the damn genetically modified creatures and animals with no heads, or all the chemicals they pull in, or whatever they do with them. The word is true. It's saying what it says. They learn how to take what is good. You ate it in your country, fine. You come to America, it's a whole different thing. Yeah.
So like, what alternative I can cow milk? Because I'm allergic to almonds.
Uh-huh.
So I can't drink the almond milk because it's such close in my.
You got oats. You got oats. Oat milk. It's good. It's real good. And it got the substance of a little bit, the feel of cow milk. Yeah.
There's oats, there's rice,
You got rice milk.
coconut.
Coconut milk, yeah. That's another good one, coconut milk.
There's hemp milk. There's
She knows about the milks because the kids, well, when we took them off of the breast milk, they need something still to nourish. So you need what? Other milks, yeah.
rice milk because it's watery like coconut.
Rice? That coconut milk and the oat milk, try those though. Yeah, what?
I remember you talking about the sugar. You said the brown sugar. A while ago, I had bought some coconut sugar, and I never finished using it. But I remember it had like a nutrition factor in there as well. But I kind of like deviated from doing what I was originally going to do.
Yeah.
But I had remembered that the coconut sugar that you basically could put, let's say you don't have honey or something, if you get it organic, it has like a high level of nutrition in it, as though you were just eating a coconut.
So the raw honey too.
Yeah.
That raw honey is really good. But, dude, I became a tea drinker, coming from England and all. But it's like a thing like this is like $19 for damn raw honey. You get $20 a damn pop? It is worth it. It is. But yeah, thing like that for raw honey. But that's the good one. You was gonna say something, sis? Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Milk and the blood of the grape.
Right. Milk and the blood of the grapes. We know what that is. Wine. Right. Four Locos is not wine, y'all. Four Locos is not. No. That's goat piss, sock. No. That's like damn camel hump piss, sock. Who wants lighter fluid? Go drink. Bruh, Four Locos ain't damn wine, y'all. What the white man? You said I'm not talking about the trailer park white man. High level elite prestige, if there's such a thing, Caucasians. right? What are they drinking? 40 ounces out? 8 ball? Oh, English. I already told y'all the story. The first time I drank a bottle, I've drinking every liquor being of the tribe of Reuben. The first time I drank Old English was the last time. It was inordinate, and I was maybe 18, and my cousin and my brother was punching trees. Literally walking around punching trees with Old English. Do not drink that. That is death. Death. Old English, 8 ball. Listen, anything you can get in the liquor store for 99 cents and it's this big, just don't do it, y'all. What?
I literally just looked up. He said 4 Locos. I was like, nah, it can't be 4 Locos. Like I was thinking.
It's 4 Locos.
Like 4 Locos. But when I actually looked it up, right, Google showed me. It says 4 Locos.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, 4 Loco. For a crazy person.
But this is not a moment of champion. You know, this is not a moment of champion. However, I was drinking the, y'all remember the Ice House?
Ice House?
Yeah, Ice House.
Was that beer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my grandma, she usually raked her yard. She has pine trees. She usually rakes her yard, and it takes her. I don't know why anyone would let her do it by herself, but she was fine doing it. I volunteered to do it for her, and it was a particular day I said I would do it because when I was going to start doing it. Mm-hmm. And I remember I went out with a friend. Well, I went around with a friend. And then when I came by her house, right, to see how she was doing, she reminded me that I had promised that I was going to start doing it. Mm-hmm. I had already down 2 Ice Houses, and I had the 24-ounce cans.
Okay. Then you're a two can cat.
So, my point is, or the story of...
Is that you a 2 can cat? No, go ahead.
I did have 2 cans. So, I didn't want to let my grandma down. Even though I knew I had 2 cans. Or I knew I was drunk. Right? I didn't go near her so she could smell it. Like she had a nose for that. She could...
Right.
So, I ended up raking the yard. I was sweating, and I knew I did a good job. And when I told my grandma I was done, she looked at me like I was Superman, because she said there's no way. She had to go outside and check. She said when she does it, even with them, she said it takes her about 2 hours.
Okay, hold on a second. So the moral of the story is that you're Superman on 2 cans of Ice House. That's where we go with this? No. He's like, hey, that's it.
No, it basically took me 45 minutes.
Yeah, man.
But it wasn't that. Well, actually, that story wasn't really about the beer. It was actually about not letting my grandma down.
Right.
Yes.
Aaron, I want to get, listen, y'all. Hey, listen, don't let Granny down, y'all. No. The point is, the bad liquors that they put in the stores is not what we drank in the ancient days. When we had wineries and distillers, right, we were drinking the good stuff. Now we drink what? 7-Eleven beer. Right? And you feel what? Hey, that also, everybody's, yeah, it's bad. Yeah. What's up?
Okay, I was gonna ask, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should ask.
You was gonna ask? AX, right? Or ASSED. Go ahead.
what I'm saying? So I know that certain drinks in the 7-Eleven, we're not supposed to drink, right? But ideally, I was wondering about.
I mean, you can drink it if you, if it's lawful.
Oh, yeah.
Now, as a Hebrew Israelite prince,
Oh, yeah.
should you want to be drinking that stuff? No. Like, because that gets you sloppy. There's certain levels. Like, I hang around with a lot of men that actually drink high-level wines and liquors. If you want to move around like you Tito from the block, yeah, go get you a Four Loko. Huh? If you want to move around like Tito or a little Pookie. But there's there's levels of drinking and levels of buzz. And Quatazam can sit you down and, man, walk you through all the beers and the wines and show you that there's a level of a high that you get from how they deal with these things. Right? So, I'm not saying it's unlawful to drink a Four Loko. What I'm saying is the white man gave you the Four Loko and the damn 8-ball and all these drinks that it's not about a high, it's about you getting drunk and killing yourself. Yeah.
I was going to ask about the Bahama Mama. Like, would that be like a no or?
I'm going to say it again. My point was that the good things that the Most High gave us, the blood of grapes, the version, the distorted version. We've been going through all this with everything. Remember the water? The pea water, condom water? Most High gave us good water. White man gave us what? Condom water. Okay, the Most High gave us good drink. The white man gave you what? Nigger drink. How to act a fool. How to be a drunk. How to start cursing people out. How to get in fights. How to start shooting. There's different highs. Right? Show me one prestige cat that drinks an 8-ball. Shut up, Mike. You go to his house and he got the 8-ball and chill. With two things of ice and Bahama Mamas. Is that respectable, or you going to a hotel with strippers? What is Bahama Mamas for,
I mean,
I'm not saying it's not lawful to drink. All things are lawful but not expedient. That's what I'm saying. All right, read on. Come on. Before I get stoned.
The blood of the grape.
The what?
The blood of the grape.
Go ahead.
And oil.
And oil, like even the oils, the things we put on our skins. See, this goes deep too. Because you figure the soaps, a lot of the soaps we put on our skins that mess us up. Right? The perfumes that you put on your skin. The Most High gave us oils. You go get the white man damn cologne, and it what? There's no damn oil. There's like this much, 20. We know because we work it, right? It's like 20% oil on the back of your cologne. But the Most High, huh?
That's the highest.
That's
the perfume.
There you go.
You give them too much.
Right, but you go to the oils is what we use. Right? Remember, they take everything and distort it. And that's good, right? Just like the condom water. Just like the 8-balls, right? You're like, hold on. The black guy that's selling oils in a bottle that don't look like Yves Saint Laurent or don't look like what are these other damn perfumes? Like Baccarat. Like I seen George Clooney do the Baccarat commercial, and you trying to tell me what you got is better? We've been programmed. Condom water is good. Four Locos is good. Right? Anything the white man gave us is good. You guys is cheap and off-brand. That's how I be. Because we've been programmed to be that way. Yeah.
It's like asking someone, to lead them on that thought of who the wicked, right? Who is the wicked just some entity that you can't see, right? We know it, Satan is controlling the world.
Right.
But when you get in the world, because you're in the world, and then you look at, okay, who's putting these things in place, right? To keep you trapped.
Right.
To keep you dumb, right? To kill your spirit, right?
Right.
When you look at who controls the government, when you try to talk to a person and say who controls, when you say who controls,
They're going to say the Democrats or the Republicans.
Yeah,
It's the Republicans. They're doing it. It's the Democrats. But there's a puppet master that's puppeting both of them.
Exactly.
And then you're like, the president, you're like, well, who's controlling him? And then you're like, and you go all the way up. Yes, and at the top, the devil's controlling all of them. It's like the pyramid. He's at the top controlling the president and then the Democrats and the Republicans and then the FDA is controlled by that and then, right, the politicians are controlling the rules and the laws. They really, all this is a conglomerate of damn filth. We're supposed to be the woke ones though. Right? Not transgender woke, the new woke, whatever the hell that is. I'm talking about really awake. We supposed to be awoke. Right? Okay, so why are you drinking condom water? No, serious. Why are you drinking the worst things to hurt you and harm you and kill you? And then teaching your kids to drink that. I don't want to, my kids ain't gonna see me drinking no garbage or tell them that, listen, the white rice. I'm not eating that. Because I want you to see that that's not good for you. You know what I mean? Even though it's there, do we gotta eat what the white man wants us to eat? We're going to choose all the bad choices? Now, it's your prerogative to choose the bad choice, right? Eat all the white rice you want. Eat all the white bread you want. I'm just saying that I thought we said we know he's the lie. Okay, then what has he done? Okay, you go through the list then. Come on, y'all go through the list up here, and we know what he's done. So why are we acting like when it comes down to it, like, damn, so I can't eat it? Like, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. But do we know who the devil is? Right? And what he's doing. Right? Go ahead, read on. Finish it.
And clothing. All these things are for good to the godly.
Right.
So to the sinners, they are turned into evil.
The sinners, they're turned into evil. You see that? So AI, from all the things we named, they turn all these things to evil. Go ahead.
There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
And we talked about this earlier. This is why when they turn them into evil, what comes back on them? You reap what you sow. Right? You reap what you sow. So they put this out, and guess what? All that sin is out everywhere, and everybody that partakes in it is destroyed. Right? There be spirits that created for vengeance. Go ahead.
Which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Go ahead.
In the time of destruction, they pour out their force,
right,
and appease the wrath of him that made them.
Go ahead.
Fire, and hell, and famine, and death. All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction.
We went over that a second ago. Go ahead.
They shall rejoice in his commandment.
No. Angels, they defy God, and they're gonna have this battle, and they're gonna do what they want to do.
They rejoice in his commandment.
No. That Satan defied, and he said, "No, I ain't doing it no more. I'm done with this." Right? He said, "What?"
They shall rejoice in his commandment.
There's no such thing as the angels fighting against the Creator. When we read in Revelation, that is a physical thing that is going to happen. The physical counterpart is going to try to fight against Christ. No angels are going up. The angelic realm is not out of order. Right? There's not a war going on up there right now. Right? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. The heavens are in order, the earth is going to get in order. Right? Go ahead.
And they shall be ready upon earth when need is.
Yeah, they ain't Christianity got us like, okay, so if they fight each other, then angels is just doing what they want to do. No, they're ready. When the order's given out, and it's the last there's no more mercy. Those orders are going to be fulfilled on the highest level. And they, watch, it tells us, read.
Come. And when need is,
Right?
and when their time is come,
Right?
they shall not transgress his word.
Wait a minute, the angels transgress and go against the will of the Father?
Shall not transgress his word.
Okay, so you can get that out of your head. Satan was cast down, not the way you're talking about. When we go back to that Genesis 3, he was taken down from his status. But Satan is still what? Subservient to the Father. Right? He's still subservient to the Father. But the scriptures all tell us. Go to Job. From Genesis to Job, nothing changes. Job, Satan comes to the Most High, presents himself, and gets the okay from the Father. So Genesis 3 tells us what happened. That casting down was just, okay, because you did this now you're going to take a more lower level. At one time you was riding in this level. Now your job is you're going to be the go-to gopher. You're going to go in the earth and you're going to do my commandment. This is going to be your job. As opposed to Ezekiel 34, I think it is. He said, you will whoop me. Right? You will round me. So that's the difference. It's not there's a war, Satan was cast out into the earth, and he's just walking around reckless. These angels listen. All right? We'll go over all that too. Go ahead.
Verse 32.
Therefore, from the beginning, I was resolved.
Right.
And thought upon these things.
Right.
And have left them in writing.
Mm-hmm.
All the works of the Lord are good.
And
he will give every needful thing in due season.
If we understand that, we understand when it says the patience, the other scripture says the patience of the godly is not frustrated. Means what? He's going to give you what you deserve. Do you want that though? Do you want what you deserve? Or are you going to be patient and wait on the Most High? You might deserve an ass whooping right now, and that's why he's not giving it to you. Right? So, if you wait on the Father, you will get what you need. You will get what's due to you in due season. Right? Remember, just think about it like a papa. You realize, you start thinking different. You know what I mean? You cry to your father for something, and he's like, nah, I don't want you to have that. Our kids do it all the time. Dad, can I get the bow and arrow? No. I can't come in the store all the time and you want something. Right? You're not going to get that. Dad, can I get a peppermint? He knows I got the little peppermints in the side of the door. Can I get? No, not all the time we get in the car, you're going to get a peppermint. Right? I got the peppermints. I got a lot of peppermints in the bag. But he's not going to get one because the sugar is not good for him all the time. Right? He knows what's best. Papa knows what's best. It ain't always what we want when we want it. And then we get like spoiled brats, like, see, you said you were going to be there for me. This is wrong. You said I was going to get what I want. Moses like, you don't need that right now. Right? Just relax, be patient. You're going to get what you need. You're going to get what you deserve in due season. Go ahead.
So that a man cannot say, this is worse than that.
Yeah. Oh, bro. I'm sorry, but I got to say this. But sisters, you need to get a t-shirt with this. Like, I got it worse than this, sister. I got it worse. Bruh, stop. No. No. One man excelleth one day and another the next day. He said it earlier perfectly. He didn't get the scripture, but it's in Romans. Let's get it. Y'all got to understand. No, you're not a victim. Please. Yeah, stop with the victim. Right? No. Why you ain't getting what you want? Read that.
Romans chapter 13, verse 5. One man esteemeth one day above another.
Right. One man esteemeth one day above another.
14.
Huh?
You said 13.
It's 14 and what? 14 and 5.
Oh, it's not here.
Romans 14:5, right?
No.
But we know one day is your day. You're on top of the world. It's the best day. You just won the lotto. You won $75 in the tickets. Nobody else won that but you. And you what? You walking around, right? And then the next day you what? You spent the $75 on the wrong thing, and you're sad as hell because your light bill was $75 late. Now you're sad as hell. It's your fault you didn't use wisdom, right? So one day you shine, next day me. You're not. I tell my ribs that all the time. You're not a. What is it? What's the word I use? Not a victim. You're not a. Dang, they got me on this one. Nah, not a. No, like it's victim, but it's another word. But yeah, we got to understand that we all are subject to getting low, coming back high. If we're in the right spirit, like Paul said, he said what? We know how to abase and abound. If you are in the right mind, you wouldn't go so low where you sinking. You'll be able to what? When it tries to push you low, you balance out through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High. So you got to stop thinking you're a victim and you're the one that nobody understands you, and you're the one catching it more than everybody, right? Nobody's been through what I've been through. Like, yes. Actually, all humanity, everybody has been through what you've been through. You just don't understand me. Well, yes, I totally understand you because you are a typical Hebrew Israelite human. And everything you've been through, there's a duplicate of you somewhere among us or in the neighborhood. We've all gone through it. We got to stop that. Go ahead.
Another esteemeth every day alike.
Yeah. So one day you, one day me. One day we rise, one day we fall. We go through a little trial. Right? Go ahead.
Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind.
Stop. And let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. What is it telling us? That if we are persuaded of this, then our mind won't be easily moved out of the spirit of the Most High. Ephesians says what? Tossed to and fro with every wind. Right? We got to be fully persuaded. Y'all get that? All right, jump back. Finish where you were.
So that Ecclesiastes 39:34.
39 and 34. So what a man can't say?
This is worse than that.
Right. She got it better than me. Yeah, how come he got this and I don't? You're envious, bro. You're envious. That's what he got. The Most High wanted him to have that. Right? This is what you got. The Most High wants you to have that. Be thankful. Right? Go ahead.
For in time they shall all be well approved.
See? That's why you got to understand where you're at. Glory in that. Use that. Own that. Don't worry about who. Go back to Romans. Let me find it. Yeah, there's definitely a lot. It's Romans. Yeah, my memory is garbage. It's Romans 14. Go to Romans. Damn, we're going to just give you rank based on how faster you are than any brother in the truth. I think you could beat Ari out. These cats got to read too, man. Read that. Come on.
Romans chapter 14. What verse?
Verse 4.
Verse 4.
Go ahead.
Who art thou that judgest another man's servant?
Right. Who art thou that judgest another man's servant? You get caught up in this mode, always worried about somebody else. That'd be the problem with a lot of women. That'd be the problem with a lot of brothers. You're always worried about somebody else. And you don't know why you're not at peace. Because your whole life is geared towards you looking at somebody else. Stop worrying about that somebody else and worry about you. Who art thou to judge another man's servant? Go ahead.
To his own master, he standeth or faileth.
Right. That person got to prove themselves to the Father. And you got to prove yourself to the Father. Why are you so worried about this other person? Somebody tell me. I don't get it. Shawashana will tell me. Go ahead.
They think that, you know, her sister say, I've been doing really good, I'm listening and doing this, and I can't get pregnant. Yet she's over here being wicked and got 50 kids.
Right.
So they think that what someone else, what someone else is getting is what they want, and they will do better than them, so they think they deserve more.
See, I love that you brought that out. That is beautiful. What she said was, a sister would say, how has this sister got all the kids and she's off? But then me, I'm trying to do what's right and I can't get kids. Yee! Because I love this logic. It's trash. It's trash. You know why it's trash? Because who said you were doing right? See, that's what we're not getting. We don't get that who said you was right? Your own mind said you was right. Who said you deserved that? Who said you deserved that? But that's what be in our head. We're telling ourselves, I'm good. The funny thing is, if your brother will come and prove you, he would even be able to come up and say, oh, this is why you ain't getting it. But it's that same sister that claims she's so right. And why she's not getting what this other sister is, because she won't let her husband deal with her and correct her and show her. Same sister that will say that will be off in all these other things and judging the sister in another way. It's what you went over earlier. You killed it earlier. You went over earlier, and that's the problem, is that you're looking at this woman and judging her not like yourself. That, wait a minute, I might be right in this area, but I'm off in all this other stuff. And it's terrible judgment. It's wicked judgment. And that's why when we're told these things, we got to be able to balance out and look and say, wait a minute. Judge them as myself. You know what? She's not clean. I'm not clean. So who's determining what you should get? The Father. The Father. That's the problem. Right? Y'all see that, right? You better see it. You know why? Because you're going to see it in life. That when you think you're so clean that you deserve more than the next person, the Most High is like, no. You're not as clean as you thought you were. You're not as pure and righteous as you thought you were. Look at how you acting right now, Mrs. Pure. Mrs. I've got it all right. And that'd be with the men too. Same thing with the men. Like, no, you don't deserve it. And once you come to terms with that, y'all know my secret? Just realize you're trash. I realize I'm garbage. Without Yahweh, I don't deserve anything. The Most High don't owe me nothing. Now, I know you're like, what do you mean? The Most High don't deserve, He don't owe me nothing. All my 30 years in the truth, that ain't nothing. Y'all, Israel thinks you're owed something. You come in and you do nothing, and then you're owed everything. You got sisters that come in and be the most demonic women and running their mouth. They're still alive. They're still alive. They're still living. The Most High don't hit them with damn lightning. You'll be safe when you realize you don't deserve nothing and don't expect nothing. That's where the Most High got me at. When I'm like that, I'm good. Because as soon as I start thinking, oh, you know what? I've been doing the truth this long. I deserve this respect. Most High is like, look, nigga, you ain't shit. You ain't nothing. I will replace you. And that's good. That's fine. Because I would rather be humbled like that than not be noticed by the Father. But how many of us think like that? Think about how you come in the truth. You think you owe something. The Most High owed you something. What did you do for the Most High? What have you done? Oh, you don't eat pork no more. Bravo. You celebrated one Sabbath. Right? You think the Most High is like now all of a sudden he owes you everything. No, the Most High don't owe us. If thou doest good, give me it. Thou doest unto thyself. Give me that in Job real quick. So we just got to remember that all of our righteousness is as filthy rags. What is that to say? Keep fighting. Keep struggling to be right. Keep cleansing yourself. Because once you think you're right? We read it the other day for prayer in Psalm 50. We read it in Job when we went over Genesis 3 breakdown. If you think you're clean, he'll what? We're going to go back there too. Give me the first one I asked, and then we'll go back to the Job we went over the other day. We got to realize, man, we're not good enough. And you're over here judging somebody else because they're getting something. How do you know where their heart's at, where their mind's at? You envious as hell. You're envious, right? That mind of envy is corrupted itself, right? There's one in Job. I want to get both of those. Hold on. While he's looking for that, where are you at?
Job 15 and 14.
Go ahead, read it.
Just down to verse 16. Job chapter 15, verse 14.
Go ahead.
What is man?
Right?
That he should be clean.
Yeah, what is man? What are we? Right? Read.
And he which is born of a woman.
Yeah.
That he should be righteous.
Yeah. What are we? And what you're seeing is this man dealing with his humanity. Right? You're seeing that he realizes the Most High don't owe us anything. That we're filthy. Go ahead.
Behold, he put no trust in his saints.
Go ahead.
The heavens are not clean in his sight.
Right. Go ahead.
How much more abominable and filthy is man?
Right.
Which drinketh iniquity like water.
See? That's one of them. Right? That's one of them. But the other one is in Job. It says, when thou doest good, thou doest it to thyself. But what is this showing us, y'all? This showing us is that even though when we're trying to be on point, what happens? We entertain negativity, right? We entertain a negative mind. And you think you in the spirit, then next you know, a negative spirit overpowers you, and you start lashing out. You start being disrespectful. And when you do it what? Belligerently, out of order, no control. Right? Hold on a second. Go to, I want to get the one we pulled the other day. Is where? Go there. It was in Job. It was in Job. I thought it was in Job.
I'm already there.
Go ahead. Somebody read it.
Job chapter 9, verse 29. If I be wicked, why then labor I in vain?
Right. Hold on a second. Yeah, get that one too. I want to get that one. No, it's Job 9. And you're going to go to verse 15.
Whom though I were righteous,
Right?
yet would I not answer.
Right?
But I would make supplication to my judge.
Right. I will make supplication to my judge. Why? This is the mindset we got to be in. We can't think we're owed anything. We got to constantly understand before the Most High's eyes, we're not pure. The level of Yahweh Shai we haven't reached to. And he walked on the earth and showed us how to walk as men. Right? Verse 20.
God, if I justify myself, my own mouth shall condemn me.
See? If I justify myself, my own mouth will condemn me. Alright? So you see why. Obviously, when I say I think I'm trash compared to what the standard the Most High wants. What he wants, I got to keep aspiring to. But if I think I made it already, then that's where you get high-minded. Right? You start to think you're somebody and you're owed something. Right? Go ahead.
If I say I am perfect,
right,
it shall also prove me perverse.
You see? But how many brothers and sisters think like that? You do one garment and you're pure. You argue about doing it, and then you do it, and then you what? You want to be recognized for it. You never wanted to do it. How is it that you're pure? That's perverse. But this is the terrible logic, man. Right? You do something and you want the horn blown. You want to be recognized. How do you know? Because your last statement. Oh, well, when she does it, you recognize, oh, so that's exactly why you did it. See, the Most High got that covered. That's why you got to let them be. You got to let them do what they do. The Most High is going to reveal everything. You see that? Go ahead.
Though I were perfect, yet would I not know my soul.
Go ahead.
I would despise my life.
I will what?
Despise my life.
Check that out. See? That's the mindset we got to keep. Go ahead.
This is one thing. Therefore, I said it.
Go ahead.
He destroyed the perfect and the wicked.
So what is the Most High telling us? That, bruh, are you perfect as you think? Jump to verse 30.
Come. If I wash myself with snow water,
right,
and make my hands never so clean,
go ahead.
Yet shall I plunge me in a ditch.
Yet shalt thou plunge me. Go ahead.
In the ditch.
Yeah, yet the Most High is going to show us what? You ain't nothing. So that high-minded mind, I've done enough. I read enough scriptures. I'm more pure than the next person. Nah, we got to sit down and be humble enough to realize we got a lot more work to do. Because if you're being truthful with yourself, the more knowledge you're getting, the more you see how far you're behind. If you're really being truthful with yourself, the more knowledge you get, that much more you realize how much more you're behind. Look at the character and the standard of these men before us. We're not nowhere near on their level. Read.
And mine own clothes shall harbor me.
And my own clothes shall abhor me. Read it. If you're going to read it again. Come on.
Yes, sir.
Read.
And mine own clothes shall harbor me.
Abhor. To hate. Your own clothes will hate you. Why? Because the Most High said, look, I'm going to reveal you to your own skin. Look in the mirror. Right? And then you start to see what manner of man you are. And that's what the Most High, that's what he don't want us to forget. Go there too. Go to James. Go to James.
Come.
So let somebody else get it out. Let these other cats. Ma Waller, where? Oh, he's helping. Okay. Okay. Go to James 1, and you're going to start at verse 23.
James chapter 1, verse 23.
Go ahead.
For if any be a hearer of the word,
Right.
and not a doer.
Yeah, you just keep doing. You just keep doing the will of the Father. Don't be just listening and not doing. Because this is the repercussions. You're supposed to just do the will of the Father. Read.
And doeth it not. So he is like a man beholding his natural face.
And this is the problem. You know what type of individual you are. You know you're the prodigal son in the mire, the dirt, you're filthy. You know you got these issues. Somebody's always telling you you're off in this area, that area. Go ahead.
He is like one that beholding his natural face in a glass.
Right?
For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was.
See, we forget. You forget that your own clothes hate you. You forget it. You, like I said, we come in and we what? You come into the truth thinking what? I'm good. I'm doing God a favor to be here. I'm doing y'all a favor. Nah, your own shadow hates you. And when you realize that, then you'll be humble enough to at least be accepted to be a servant for the Father. Right? Yeah.
I gotta put one of my favorite ones.
Go ahead.
Romans chapter 2 and verse 1. Therefore, thou art inexcusable, O man, whosoever thou art that judges.
Right.
For when thou judges another, thou condemnest thyself.
Right. Right. So, why are they looking at other people like that? And why are they making themselves a, God dang. Why are they making themselves a, it's a word I use. No, it's a word I use. God, Shalomai, you ain't even gonna help me either. Shalomai knows the word I use. Yeah, you want to be the martyr, but there's another one. The martyr is another. Nah, it's a martyr. You're right. You want to be the one, man, that is going through all of it. Nobody understands you. Oh, victim. Sorry. I just couldn't get it. You want to be the victim. You're the only one in the world, catching it. You're the only one. Nobody gets it but you, right? Right. Woe is me. I'm the victim. You're not. This is a corrupt mind. It's a corrupt mind. It's the wrong mind. And it's a high-minded mind. We got to stay humble. Look in the mirror, know who you are, work on yourself. Don't worry about judging somebody else and looking at somebody else. Y'all both done. Go ahead, finish it.
It says, for thou that judges, doest the same things. But we are sure that the judgment of Yahweh is according to truth against them which commit such things.
Yeah, stop trying to judge others when you need to look at yourself. That's why it says, the only time you can judge others is when what? Go ahead, say it. Okay. Definitely the scripture to go to. But what I was quoting, when your own obedience is fulfilled. But judging, you put the mote out of your own eye. But you can't judge others until your obedience is fulfilled. All right? Question? No. We're going to read on now. Go ahead. The water, sir. Just hold it. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 39 and verse 35.
Uh-huh.
And therefore praise ye the Lord with the whole heart
Right?
and mouth, and bless the name of the Lord.
Right. There you go. Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahushai. No. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's the point of that, right? Right. Oh, y'all sisters can't say it again. Okay, let me try it again. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Shem Yahushai. That was what he was saying here. And therefore, praise ye the Lord with the whole heart and the mouth. That's what we're supposed to do. God. All right. Any questions on that? Anything we went over? Right. It shouldn't be hard to say these things, man. Right? Don't let the ghoul be seen. Brothers, don't let the ghoul be seen, sisters. We gotta cast off that ghoul. All right, announcements. My eyes, when I don't have my glasses on, my eyes are killing me. Yeah. Any announcements? What? Garments? Garments gotta be in by September 28th. Garment Expo is on the 15th, right? Oh, the 14th. 15th? Okay. All right. Yes, sir.
The raffle ends up.
I can't hear you.
The raffle.
No, I can't hear you.
The raffle.
No, I still can't hear you. Nah, you gonna talk loud. Well, when you pray, I hear you above everybody. Why you act like you can't talk loud? You said the what?
The raffle.
That's right, brother. The raffle. Okay. So the raffle, that's the part with the garments, right? The garment expo.
You give a clothes, you give a piece of apparel, you get a raffle.
Yeah, you give a piece of apparel and you get the raffle for the. All right. Also, Shavashana and Shalamaya is going to be setting up for the sisters from Rochester to be coming out once a month, so we can get a little bit interaction going on with those new sisters out there. So that's the thing we got going on. What else? Any announcements? Yeah.
Was that 15th going to be on Saturday?
I think so. I think it's on a Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Yes, sir. Okay, the babies are loud, and I'm deaf. So go ahead. What's that?
Is there going to be?
There you go. Is there going to be a what? Summit?
A summit.
There is going to be a summit. Right now, I'm not sure financially if we can corral like we usually do all three brothers, all three camps to get down to the summit. So I'm not sure of that, but we're going to try and see if we can at least get Gloucester, and if we can pull up on it. Gloucester, the brothers out in Gloucester, and then, yeah, right, because that's in Lamar City, right, it's going to be in Delaware, yeah. When was that? Yeah, it's supposed to be the 20 something of this month. Yeah, it'd be sneaking up.
28.
It's gonna be the 28th.
30.
We're gonna try to get that. All right. Anything online? I mean, is anybody online?
My phone.
No, not you. Somebody, see if anybody had any questions online or anything online before we finish up these prayers. Any sisters? Did y'all have any questions? La? No? Con? Okay. Read. No, I know y'all said it. I'm asking the sisters. Y'all got any questions? Yeah, I know she said no. La? Okay. Renee, did you have any questions? Okay. All right, we just wanted to open up. Make sure you get any questions answered. Anything online? Did they have any question on there? Gamar, are you in there? No.
I was checking that. I'm not seeing any questions.
No question? Okay. All right, let's finish up the prayers, y'all. Imagine, we'll put your heart down, right in the face to you. Hey, is the baby alive? Okay, what do we need to do? Like usually there's a problem, they cry like that. Does anybody know back there how to facilitate? Graham cracker? Let's help the child, y'all. We don't want them online to think we're choking out a kid back here, because that's what it's. He nodded his head, yeah. Con. Baruch atah. Baruch atah Yahweh. Baruch atah Yahushua. Tawadi Yahweh. Tawadi Yahushua. For this Sabbath, this day of rest. Yahweh, we ask of you to bless us this day and all days, and remove from us a mind of pride, envy, malice, strife, doubting. Remove fear, pain, anxiety, suffering away from us. Remove the spirit of anger and jealousy away from us. Please, Yahweh, we beg of you, keep us united in one mind, one spirit under you. Bless the works of our hands, our thoughts, our actions, and strengthen us in righteousness. Yahweh, the husband, the wives, the children, in one mind, one spirit under you. Come quickly. Deliver your servants. Deliver your saints. Please, Yahweh. Raise up prophets. Raise up teachers. Raise up women. Raise up children that have been in your name. And reward them that wait for you. And let thy prophets be found faithful. Please, Yahweh, make the time short. Remember the covenant. And let them declare thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation. And pour out wrath. Take away the adversary. And destroy the enemy. Bahashem Yahushua. The water. Aman. Yahweh. Bahashem. Yahushua. Baruch atah Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushua. Hahawa'ah. Natalanawa. Hatawara.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua that gives to us the law.
Baruch atah Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushua. Hahawa'ah. Natalanawa. What is it? I'm sorry. Natalanawa. Ha'ayah. Excuse me. Baruch atah Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushua. Hahawa'ah. Natalanawa. A war. Lara'ah.
This is blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua that gives us the light to see.
Baruch atah Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushua. Ha'awa'ah. Natalanawa. Ha'ayah. Korah. La Kora'ah. A'ain.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua that gives us the ram's horn to call the people.
Baruch atah Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushua. Ha'awa'ah. Natalanawa. Shaman. Zayah. La Mashah. Yasha'Allah.
This is blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the olive oil to anoint Israel.
And as always, if you want to get anointed, we'll do that after class. Psalms 92. It is a good thing, to give thanks, unto Yahweh, and to sing praises, unto his name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night, upon an instrument of 10 strings, and upon the psaltery, upon the harp, with a solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, has made me glad. Through thy work, I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Yahweh, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither doeth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring up as grass, and all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, are most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But our horn shall thou exalt, like the horn of a unicorn. We shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eye also shall see my desire. Of my enemies, and my ears shall hear my desire. Of the wicked that rise up against us. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh Shai shall flourish in the courts of the Most High. They shall bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to show that Yahweh is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. Ba'ashem Yahushua. This is Psalms 133. Said in Hebrew, translated in English. Shayar, Hamalawah, Ladawah, Hana, Matawa, Wama, Na'ayam, Shabbat, Akim, Gam, Yachad, Kashaman, Hatawa, Ayo, Hara'ash, Yerah, Ayo, Hazakwan, Zakwan, Aharan, Shayarah, Al-Panya, Manawathiwa, Kato, Karawan, Shayarad, Ayo, Hariyah, Tazaya 1, Kaya, Sham, Tazawa, Yahweh, Habaraka, Kayayam, Ai, Haywalam, Aman.
This is Psalms 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Amen.
Hashem Yahushua. Tawada. Kamyan. Amen. Alright, circle up. Alright. Yes, sir. Another Shabbat down.
Better sleep, ready?
Call it.
I'm Barak.
Yahweh. lovely daughters of Zion. Call it.
Salute now the daughters of Zion, men of Israel. Imagine, Barak, Yahushua, Yahushua.
Yeah, the Matah, dismiss the water. Say shalom to everybody online. Shabbat shalom. See y'all, brothers, brethren, sisters, ears, hear me now.